Hello and welcome to Talking Live. I'm Dr. Robi Ludwig out of Star Shop Studio in Times Square, where we tell you about the people you want to know about. And today we are talking about the co-founders of tallorder.com, the successful company that was basically started. They turned tragedy into triumph. We have the co-founders here. They're going to tell us all about their amazing product and how they got to where they are today. Thank you, Dan and Mike Friedman. And you had a story that originally your name was going to be switched, right?
Yes.
At birth, right?
Yes. So when we were born.
So if I switch it, it's not bad?
No.
Okay, right.
So when we were born, the first person born was supposed to be Dan, and the second person born was supposed to be Mike. So I was born first, and he was born second. Technically, I'm supposed to be Dan, and he's supposed to be Mike. Our dad, unfortunately, messed up our social security numbers and our birth certificates. So that's why I'm Mike and he's Dan. But it's worked out pretty good.
But it seems like you own that well.
Oh yeah, it's our own identities now.
You have a family-owned company that's on a mission, and it was really based on a tragedy, right?
Yes.
That happened to you and your family.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that? We actually have a picture of your dad because it starts really with him.
That's not
that one. Barber is not their dad. Just, we don't want to start any rumors here.
There he is. Yeah, that's our dad, Andrew Friedman. So growing up, Mike and I, we've always been super tall. We've always been among the tallest of our peers. I'm 6'9", he's 6'11", so we were always called the Twin Towers. But that nickname kind of took on a weird irony and a weird meaning because unfortunately we lost our dad on September 11th in the World Trade Center. But the response from our community was really incredible. People far and wide went out of their way to show us love, generosity, and support that we always thought it was a, quote, tall order to pay everything back for everything they did for us. So in that spirit, we founded tallorder.com, not just to provide these fun, fashionable dress socks for guys with big...
These socks are.
They're beautiful.
The colors.
Beautiful.
And I know that you can't feel it, but the quality of the material is really just very stunning. I mean, it feels good.
Yes,
even on my hands.
They're super breathable. They stay on guys' feet, so regardless of the size of their calves, they don't roll down. You can wear them all year round, and they won't get too hot or too cold. They really are made of a superior fabric, and we're super happy about that.
And I can see that there's spandex in it also, which probably helps to keep it up as well.
Flexible. To me, what I love about the socks is not just the style. If you notice on the ankle point of the sock, there's the logo, and what they're
looking at right here, this is the logo,
yes,
and this has special meaning.
Yes. Yeah. What the meaning for this is, it's blue because it represents the sky, the bright blue sky on 9/11, and also pays honor to the World Trade Center. So we felt that when men cross their legs, the logo stands out and it starts conversation easily.
And the real mission behind having that logo stand out is we want people, yes, to start the conversation not just about the socks, but also the mission behind it. So not only are we providing these socks into the market where it's so desperately needed for guys with big feet and guys that don't fit into normal size socks, but also we're going to be donating a portion of our profits to this amazing charity, Tuesday's Children. They do a lot of work with communities that have suffered through terrorist attacks, through military involvement, traumatic loss. Any community that's really suffering from tragedy, dramatic tragedy,
and this is
they've helped us.
Charity that helped you.
Yes.
And you lost your dad as well, correct?
And one of the things they've done that has been really helpful for us is they'll bring all these communities together so everyone can interact. And the message here is that you're not alone, we're here for you, and we're here to help. And that's what really helped us get through the darkest point of our life.
And I was speaking to your mother earlier today, and she said that she is also a cancer survivor.
Yes,
she is.
And that really impressed upon you the importance of creating a business that has purpose and meaning.
Yes.
And you realize that life is short, and so you want to give back and create a company that not only is good, but does good.
Yeah, so many people did so many great things for us. Like I said, we always thought it was a, quote, tall order to pay them back. And yes, the tall order name is play on words, that it is a tall order to do the right thing, but at the same time, it really is the heart and the mission of this business, and so we're so happy about that.
It feels so good to give back to a charity where you benefited so much from.
Absolutely.
To know that you are giving back to kids who are like yourself, who may be suffering a loss, so that they too can have a similar experience and want to give back, creating that cycle.
Absolutely.
But I just want to say too that these socks are not only beautiful and your company is a great success, but you also have a celebrity fan base.
Yes.
If you can
We have a few.
imagine, their fan base is, they have a lot of athletes that really are huge fans of tallorder.com. I think we have a picture of Tiki Barber who's wearing socks. He looks very good in those socks.
Yeah,
Yes, he does.
He looks great. I love Tiki too. Now, I know Tiki's not so tall. He's definitely not as tall as you. So let's talk about what sizing is good for people, because it may not be only tall, but people who have big feet, right?
So the number on the sizes, we have two size ranges. We have one line that goes in 12 to 15 and another set that goes 16 to 20. But the truth is, we've had a lot of feedback from people that wear 10s and 11 shoe sizes that try on the 12 to 15s and say they fit great. So that's why we want to make it clear that it's not just for guys with big feet. It's for anyone who's had problems fitting into normal size socks.
Yeah, and wide, I imagine wide feet as well.
Yes, wide feet as well, wide calves. We want to cover the whole spectrum of guys with different size feet.
I'm sure you get feedback all the time.
Absolutely.
What kind of feedback do you get from your fan base?
We've been getting lots of positivity from the socks, but mostly from the story. They love the fact that what we're doing, that we're giving back to a great organization such as Tuesday's Children, and fitting a need in the market for these fun, fashionable, hip, urban socks that you really can't find in any big and tall store. You can't find them in DXL or Rochester Big and Tall. We're really happy we can kill two birds with one stone.
Now, is it true that the only place you can get these socks is on your website, or are they in any stores?
So we have been working with a few small select specialty retailer stores, but the two biggest places right now they can get our socks are on our website, tallorder.com, and then also at King Size Direct as well. So they're one of our retail partners that have really taken a nice stake in helping to promote our business, and we want to make sure we get them some business as well.
And just, we should let everybody know out there that when you see this story, we will have links so you can find out about the Friedman story and backstory, and tallorder.com. You can order directly. We'll have a link and a place for you also to follow them on Facebook and on Instagram, which is where you like to kind of show your socks and what you're working on and where you are, correct? Instagram is your place of choice?
Oh, yeah. Instagram, we usually feature some stories about some of the inspiration behind some of the designs.
Yeah.
So the way that we came up with those was we wanted to find designs that really embodied the traits of some of our dad's best friends from growing up.
Oh, I love that. So I was going to ask you about the inspiration for these designs, because they really are uniquely different, and what I like about them, they have a vintage appeal to them, which I'm always drawn to vintage. So that would explain the vintage type look. So your dad had friends who liked funky socks, is that it?
So,
and he was tall.
Yeah, he was tall.
6'5".
Okay.
He was 6'5".
I would say he's tall, yes.
But
is your mom tall too?
Yeah, she's 6'1".
Oh God, that's so unfair. I got chipped. Okay, I really did. Okay.
You're making us feel bad.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean to make you feel guilty. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's
It happens.
I'm gonna wear these socks anyway. I don't care if it's a dress. I'm gonna wear them.
So anyway,
I mean,
our
look
dad's
how
friends.
great these designs are.
They're
They
beautiful.
really are unique colors that you just don't see out there. And actually, our COO of Star Shop, who's right there, you probably can't see him. I don't know if we can get him on camera, but he also is tall and loves wearing funky socks. So I know that this is going to be a favorite of his. Okay,
I'll be ordering them.
yeah, he'll be ordering them. Maybe you'll get a gift. I don't know. So tell me again about the inspiration. You were inspired by your dad's friends?
Yeah, so growing up, they took a lot of different summer jobs to they worked in a very blue-collar town on Long Island. And one of the jobs they took, they worked as busboys and dishwashers at a local catering hall where the patrons would refer to that group as the Bimmies. And so they adopted that moniker for their own group called the Bims, and each sock design is inspired by a different member of the Bims. And they go to resemble different personality traits of each member of the Bims. So you have the Stewie, the Kenny, the Marty. Each of these guys have different traits that are reflected in each of the socks. And more information on each particular story is not just on our Instagram feed, but also on our website, tallorder.com.
What's so great about your family company is that you really managed to create a community through social media by sharing these stories and sharing the inspiration, so people really feel connected to your brand.
Yes, that's the big thing for us is the socks sell itself, but it's the story, it's what we're doing. And for me personally, it's the fact that we're honoring our dad and everything he stood for, and also the other victims of 9/11 with these fun socks that gives people hope, it gives people a will to persevere, and it's something that we take a lot of pride in and we're very proud of.
I'm so glad you said that, Mike, because when I look at the socks, they're happy. You know, there's a happiness about them, there's a brightness about the pattern, and that's certainly the mood that you convey. It's one of hope, and given what your family has experienced, I think that is truly inspirational, that you managed to be positive and create kind of that bright light. And it's perfect too, just in time for Hanukkah and Christmas. The timing could not be any better.
Yeah.
Yes. We actually have a code. If you guys go on today to tallorder.com and you put the code FLASH20, you get 20% off.
Great.
So, and it's a perfect gift for the holidays.
Oh,
and,
nice.
And as I said, it's a great stocking stuffer.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. And we actually have a pre-assembled holiday bundle with a green and red pair, perfect in time for Christmas shopping, but we also have plenty of blues for Hanukkah. We have plenty of other colors as well for year-round. So the timing coming out right before the holidays is amazing.
I think that's great. I just want to say, too, that you are now getting your master's in business.
Yes.
You have a successful family business already. What motivated you to get your master's and take it to the next level?
So I'm getting my MBA at the Darden School of Business at the University of Virginia down in Charlottesville. And the reason why I wanted to
we just want to give them a little plug,
yes,
right? You love them.
I love giving Darden a plug. And the Darden community has been so supportive of me, my family, and our business. So the reason why I wanted to go down there was there's so much more we need to learn about growing this business. You know, we've basically worked for big brands our whole life, and we started this venture about a year ago, realizing that we have a lot to learn. And so while Mike and my mom are helping to run sort of the day-to-day stuff here in New York, they've allowed me the freedom to go down to Charlottesville, to go to UVA, pursue my MBA, learn how to raise capital, learn how to strategically market or target segments, learn how to run the financial statements. So there's so many things we need to learn about running a small business that we felt we couldn't do it without at least one of us getting a more formal education. So I love my time down in Charlottesville so far.
Darden has, to me now, family. I just wanted to share a quick story. The day we launched our company, I flew down to Charlottesville because one of Dan's classmates had messaged me on Facebook as they wanted to surprise him by every one of his classmates buying our socks and giving him a big surprise on the day of launch. So I flew down to Charlottesville. I was going to surprise him. He had no idea I was there. And that's tough enough considering he knows me better than anyone, and plus I'm 6'11". So we made it work. It worked out perfectly. Everyone showed up with the socks. They surprised him, and when he was giving a speech to everybody, thanking them, I was standing above. There's a little terrace above where he was, and I saw him there, and he was blown away. We had some local media interview us, and it couldn't have worked out better. So Darden will always be part of my family.
Oh, that's so nice. It sounds like it was really a wonderful moment.
It was definitely one I'll never forget.
So where do you see yourself taking the company next? What's next for you guys? Do you see holiday versions of this?
Yes, we're already hard at work on some of our next products that we're going to be offering, our next designs. We're already working on some American flag themes for Memorial Day, for Independence Day, some more summery colors for some more summer activities. So we are already hard at work. We have some patterns in production,
that's great.
so they will be ready by the spring. And then from there, you know, the way we see it, Tall Order is a brand. It is a tall order to do the right thing, and so that brand can be put onto a number of different products. We've gotten a lot of feedback that bigger women are looking for fun socks. That regular size guys want our designs because they really just like the design. So, you know, really once we get through sort of this initial holiday season, we're going right back into product planning, and sky's the limit for us.
You know what I think would be great? Of course, you didn't ask me, but wouldn't it be great to have somebody that you've helped through the charity also create a design?
That would be awesome.
And just talk about what the charity has done for kind of the next generation of kids.
Yes.
That's certainly a great idea. That's a great idea.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm
happy. I'll be the short person.
Absolutely.
Part of your team.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll bring you on board as like a product consultant.
Exactly. Well, we have a mini segment called Keeping It Real, where I ask personal questions, and people have said, well, what do you think? We were telling you fake things before, but no, this is a deeper level. So if you were to choose actors to play you in a movie, which I actually think this would make a great movie, who would you have play you?
Well,
go ahead.
The one that I get compared to a lot, that I sort of use as my doppelganger now, is Jason Segel, and he's also really tall. He's really funny. He has a really positive attitude in all his movies, so I think I'd say Jason Segel.
Would he play both of you?
Well, I don't know about Mike, but Mike can speak for himself on that one.
Vince Vaughn was the one that came to mind.
Okay, is he tall enough?
He's a big guy.
Oh, he's a big guy.
And he kind of resembles kind of the same personality that I have. And that to me would work perfectly. If it ever happened. Obviously, hey, you never know.
I think it's a great inspirational story, and we really are more impressed with companies who give back to the community, because it's one thing to have a successful company, it's another thing to be good and do good and create quality. I think that's really puts you in a separate league. If you had to describe your brother in 3 words, what would you say?
Describing my brother in 3 words: he's compassionate, caring, and fun, I'd say.
Okay. And the same question for you?
For Dan, I would say hardworking, dedicated, and a true friend.
Oh, that's so lovely.
And the thing is, if you don't mind, for Dan, that's special to me is he's my best friend. I have a lot of friends in my life that have supported this company, have supported me, and just being around them has been great. But I have one best friend in my life, and that's Dan, and that will never change.
Oh,
likewise.
That's really nice. Are you guys single?
Yes.
I'm just asking for the audience.
Yes.
They're both single. Okay, ladies, you can thank me later. They're tall, they're successful, and they're single. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And telling us about your amazing company, and I want to thank your mother, Lisa, as well.
By the way, you said you're hired.
Oh, I'm hired?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes,
Lisa,
you're hired.
we love you. You've
Yes.
done an amazing job with your sons, and this is a fantastic company. Tallorder.com will provide information and a way for you to follow this incredible company on Instagram, on Facebook, and to find them to place your orders for Hanukkah or Christmas. Thank you for joining Talking Live, and we'll see you next week.